Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live episode of live chat with James here at the ProPix TV studios in Vancouver, British Columbia. Now, just recently this evening, there have been reports of multiple shots fired in the South Surrey community near the area of King George Highway or 152nd and 32nd Avenue. The exact location and incident is still not known to us at the studio anyway. We are waiting to hear more information as it comes out. This marks another night of violence in the city. It has been a ongoing issue for the last couple of weeks of increased violence happening. Both with gunfire as well as, of course, there's been other weapons and acts of violence as well. Now, the most recent, of course, was just earlier today when there was a police-involved shooting in Surrey. This involved the police being at a call. Some unrelated individual from that call tried to steal from the police. We don't know what the individual was trying to steal from them, but whatever it was and whatever happened following that, and we have to wait for further information from the investigation, it ended up being a police-involved shooting. No members of the public and no police officers were injured, but the Internal Investigations Office is looking into it. Once again, this is just another incidence of violence that's happened throughout the city. There was an individual recently who was unprovoked, went into a local business on Scott Road near 64th Avenue, and in which case he had a knife and attacked one of the staff at that location. A nearby bystander did jump in to assist the victim of that stabbing, and he himself was injured. The original victim, was treated at the scene and released, and the Good Samaritan who stepped in to assist was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Now, this has been going on, as I said, several different acts of violence throughout the community, and we don't know if there is a tie to some of them. It could be gang violence, and retaliation or not. We don't know at this time. It's still early to tell. But again, just the other night, actually a week ago Monday, there was a shooting again on Scott Road area, and that involved the death of an individual. The police have been looking into that and investigating, and more information will hopefully come out on that very soon. But I will read the official police statement on that one that happened on March the 3rd. And the Surrey Police at that time released this statement in the police file for the Surrey Police Services, file number 25-17510. And this is the official statement that on March the 3rd, 2025, at approximately 5:25 p.m., the Surrey Police Service frontline officers responded to calls of a shooting near the 7900 block of 120th Street in Surrey. Surrey police officers attended the area and located the driver of a vehicle suffering life-threatening injuries. Despite life-saving measures, one man succumbed to his injuries at the scene. At approximately 5:35 p.m., Delta Police Department responded to calls of a vehicle on fire in the area of 64th Avenue and Westview Drive. Delta Police are investigating whether this vehicle is connected to the shooting. Now, for those unfamiliar with the practice, a lot of the gangs and others take to the habit of burning vehicles to get rid of any evidence after shootings. It's quite common that happens. So there is a very strong possibility that if this vehicle was set on fire, and it seems to be in the same community and around the same time, then there's a good likelihood that it was involved in the shooting, but again, it hasn't been confirmed at this point. The police, as I said, are ongoing with that shooting. The Integrated Homicide Investigation Team is now taking conduct of this investigation. This is Surrey's first homicide of 2025. However, it does, as I said, seem to be a violent week. As I said, the police involved shooting today in South Surrey, as well as the current shooting that police have responded to about an hour ago. For those who haven't heard of that one, that is in South Surrey. I'm just going to pull up my alerts on it, and I'll just give you the information that I had as it came in. And so again, this is unconfirmed from the police department. They haven't put out a release yet on this one. But according to many in the area, there were 18 to 24 rapid gunfire shots at 33rd and 152nd Street. Police are on the scene. Reports of police flying all over Langley. Any confirmation of sightings? Heads up. Excuse me, folks. Sorry about that. And other people online were saying there are police cars flying by every few minutes. For a while, not long ago, 200th near 36. So that would be a lot of the Surrey RCMP responding to assist the Surrey Police Service and other responding units in South Surrey. One person says there had to be at least 10 different police cars that were fully lit up and heading towards 32nd southbound. So again, somebody else reported, major gunfire at 152 and 32nd-ish by the keg. The whole city heard it apparently. Well, I didn't hear it, but I definitely heard all the sirens because I'm not far from that area myself. So once again, it appears that there is more gunfire in Surrey tonight. Now, when we're talking about this, as I said, there are a lot of different stories that are coming out right now when it comes to the violence in the city and the different incidents. Now, the other one that I was referring to happened February the 9th. And that was an unprovoked attack. That was, I'll give you the story here on that one. And that is that police in Surrey are on the lookout for a suspect involved in 2 unprovoked attacks in the city. That sent one person to hospital. We've already covered that part of it. And the Surrey attack took place at an unspecified business on 120th Street, where the suspect began by physically, assaulting a staff member. Police say a bystander tried to intervene, but the suspect then produced a weapon, possibly a knife, and attacked the second victim before leaving the scene. It should be noted that although at this point of the story that I'm reading, they hadn't caught the attacker, but it should be noted that they have since caught the attacker, and he did appear in court. There has been a publication ban on any information that was brought up in the bail hearing the following day. So the individual, I believe, was arrested on, that was last month. That was about 4 weeks ago, and that was February the 9th. And then at that time, when he was arrested that day, he appeared in court the following day at a bail hearing. He, from all information available, has remained in custody. And again, the information relating to the bail hearing and any evidence that was produced therein has been sealed. A lot of times they will do that in a matter of trying to protect the integrity of the investigation and to not interfere with the criminal court proceedings. So they want to keep certain evidence and information confidential until it comes out at trial, if there is a trial. So that's how that works. We will definitely keep you up to date on this and other stories as we learn more about it. We will definitely keep you updated throughout the next 24 hours on these stories. Now, when we look at the various other incidents that have been going on, it has seemed that there's been an increase in violence in the community, of shootings and other attacks. But again, it is, sometimes it's the news cycles that we hear about these things, and it just seems to be a cluster. So we'll have to keep an eye on where things are going. Now, when it comes to the other story that we were speaking of, and that was the police-involved shooting that happened earlier today, or at this point yesterday, I guess, because we are after midnight now. It's 1:08 a.m. here in Surrey, British Columbia. And that involved the Surrey Police Service with a police-involved shooting there. And once again, that happened up on Scott Road or 120th Street around 64th Avenue in the same area as the other one that we spoke of. That happened last week, so in the same community essentially. Now, according to this news story, the Frontline Investigative Support members are investigating a shooting involving an RCMP Surrey Provincial Operations Support Unit members that occurred near 120th Street and 64th Avenue. So it was an RCMP member that apparently discharged the firearm. According to the news release, approximately 4:40 p.m., the RCMP Surrey Provincial Operations Support Unit, or SPOSU, officers in the area of 120th Street and 64th on an unrelated investigation when the officers had an altercation with an unknown man after he allegedly attempted to steal from the officers. During the altercation, the member discharged their service firearm. No members of the police or members of the public were injured, and the SPS's Frontline Investigative Support Unit, or FLIS, is leading the investigation. Now, that man was arrested and is being held in custody, so obviously he didn't suffer any major injury. Excuse me, sorry folks, it's late night here, and that is where we are at on the stories that are hitting this community tonight. So we will keep you updated on those stories and bring you more information as it becomes available. Thanks for joining this live session tonight. It's a short one, but again, thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow night at around 12:30 to 1 o'clock. As you know, I do record the TV talk show Perspectives at approximately 11:30 p.m. right now. So I come on here live afterwards. So at about 12:30 to 12:45 a.m. I will be back tomorrow, so feel free to tune in here. If you're watching the reruns or the rebroadcast on another platform, just so you know, this live session happens on TikTok. And once again, feel free to log in and join us tomorrow night at approximately 11:45 p.m., somewhere around there anyway. And 12:45 a.m. Yeah, by all means, bring your story ideas or conversation pieces. This is Live Chat with James, where you can also bring subject matter that you want to talk about and put it in the comment section. Or if you're watching the replay and rebroadcast, you can always put it in the comment section as well, as I do check them, and try to gear the conversation towards topics that are important to you as well. As a part of the audience, it's important that you are a part of the conversation. So once again, this is James coming to you from the ProPix TV studios in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.